The Pixel Watch closely resembles a futuristic Casio. According to official pictures, it appears to have a rounded, curved display, a small control dial, and an interchangeable bracelet. Google said at I/O that the Pixel Watch may be launched faster than you imagined. While we wait, here's every elite detail you should know about Google's 2022 Pixel Watch thus far.
Maximum brain, minimalist body.
Minimalist design. The Google Pixel Watch Lite design still appears like renders based on what Google has teased. It has a spherical form with what seems like a digital crown on the right side and probably some buttons as well. However, there is no indication of what other colors or sizes will be presented during I/O. Many smartwatches come in 2 dimensions on the market, so maybe Google will follow suit. It is worth noting that the Pixel Watch has a unique user interface, UI. The user interface is a crucial part of software. No one wants a device that keeps lagging or has unlimited bugs. We know how that Rode didn't do so well for their Pixel 6, so we created a dedicated section for the software experience on the Pixel Watch. That'll come up very soon, so keep watching. We're used to seeing flamboyant, colorful interfaces on smartwatches, but all renders of the Pixel Watch show a simple, two-tone UI with numerous color options. While this product almost indeed employs an OLED display, it seems that Google is going for a fairly basic design or a limited selection of watch faces, at the very least. There's a possibility of a minimalist piece of watch faces, at the very least. The Pixel Watch looks poised to be a pretty clean and basic smartwatch, somewhat in keeping with the style of other Pixel gadgets. In the meanwhile, wearers may personalize their watches with interchangeable bands, because they may share a manufacturer. The 2 smartwatches may have more in common than previously assumed, making the Pixel Watch similar to the Apple Watch. The crown of the Pixel Watch appears comparable to the Apple Watch now. Promotional images fail to show off the device's large bezels. Internal specifications. We're prepping up to bring you a comprehensive Google Pixel Watch review video once it's released, so you probably should subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications for it. Even before the review, there are a ton of engaging videos for you to watch. Have at them. More than 1.5 GB of RAM could speed up performance by working in tandem with the coprocessor. According to the same report, the Pixel Watch will have 32 GB of storage, which is double the amount in the Galaxy Watch 4 and will allow users to store more music on the go. What do you get a minimalist for their birthday? You don't. You take some of their stuff. According to reports, the 2022 Google Pixel Watch will feature a heart rate sensor with support for SpO2 and ECG measurements, just like the FITBIT Lux and Charge 5. Additionally, according to rumors, a USB-C charger for the Pixel Watch has been submitted by Google. Each of these internal components mentioned come at a cost. The more there are, the higher the retail price of the watch will be. So, how much should you budget for the device if you're preparing to get one? We'll tell you the Pixel Watch's expected price and how it compares with that of the competition shortly. Software. The Pixel Watch will come with Google's Wear OS platform, which comes as no surprise. What then could be different or even better about the software? In addition to Google Fit, Google Pay, and hands-free access to Google Assistant on third-party smartwatches like TicWatch and Fossil, popular Wear OS features include a Google Play smartwatch shop. Wear OS shortcomings could not be fixed by previous versions of these functions. However, the improved performance on the Galaxy Watch 4 makes up for that. When new Wear OS-eligible smartwatches are upgraded later in 2022, we should have a clearer idea of what Wear OS looks like without Samsung's own integrated UI. Price. What is the expected price of the Google Pixel Watch? It wouldn't be as much as an Apple Watch if we had to guess. In our estimation, the Pixel Watch will cost somewhere in the middle of the price range announced by Google. We anticipate Google will try to undercut Apple's and Samsung's respective starting costs of $399 and $249 for the Apple Watch Series 7 and Galaxy Watch 4, respectively. That's just how Google goes when it comes to pricing. For example, the Google Pixel 6 is less costly than both the Galaxy S22 and the iPhone 13. It won't be the cheapest choice on shop shelves, but depending on size and LTE variants, it might cost between $200 and $350. We don't know how Google expects to price its other devices, so this is just speculation. An Arizona-based smartwatch lover had this to say: "I hope the Google Watch won't be priced badly." Google can be proud of their offerings sometimes. Embedded Fitbit functionalities. The Pixel Watch will run Wear OS 3, which isn't a huge surprise. However, there are a few things worth noting about this. There is no pure version of Wear OS 3 yet, because Samsung heavily tinkered with the software for the Galaxy Watch 4. Google is also bringing emergency SOS functionality to notify loved ones in an emergency and first-time support for Google Home to the Pixel Watch. We expect the Pixel Watch to contain a step counter, a heart rate monitor, and everything you expect from a solid smartwatch. However, Google has indicated that the Pixel Watch will include some Fitbit technologies. Your health and fitness stats can sync from the Pixel Watch to your Fitbit account. And importantly, Pixel Watch employs Fitbit technology to process all health and fitness data. Google explains that only Fitbit can see this data because of a regulatory promise, and Google cannot access it. What good would we be doing you if we only told you about the Pixel Watch? We'd be trapping you into making an adverse selection. To avoid that, we did a similar video on Samsung's offering, the Galaxy Watch 5, and what's expected in this video. Galaxy Watch Classic Design. Galaxy Watch 5 design to expect. Most of our subscribers love that video. Here's a hint: the Galaxy Watch 4 has Wear OS. That's it for today. See you some other time.